Fortress of Meripede would be super scary. But looking back on it, you've got a set schedule, guaranteed food and board, and you can even buy all kinds of stuff with credit coupons. It's really no surprise that many people don't even want... Oh, you mean Wriothesley? He's definitely a pretty impressive leader. Well, he does look kind of intimidating. He's actually pretty easy to talk to once you've had a conversation. Paimon wonders how he's like with the people here. Do they also get the same guy we did? Yeah, he must be doing something right to maintain order here. What?
Excuse me, did I hear someone there?
Huh? Paimon could have sworn she just heard something.
Excuse me, is someone passing by? Could you do me a favor?
Nope, Paimon wasn't dreaming. There's someone over there for sure. But Paimon doesn't see anyone.
Oh, did you hear my call? Thank you so much. I'm over here, inside this big box.
You're inside the box? Oh, no wonder Paimon didn't see an... why are you hiding in here anyway? If we hadn't happened to pass by, you could have been...
It's a bit complicated. Can we not talk about that for now?
Whoa, that's terrible. Did someone seriously do that to you?
No, it was nothing quite that serious.
Just your hat? But then, why can't you look for it yourself? Huh. Wait, Paimon gets it! Something must have happened to your hair! Paimon gets it now. Nope, you just need your hat, right? We'll get it back to you right away. What kind of hat was it?
I think you may have misunderstood me, but never mind. Please, just help. It's a soft and brown hat with a bit of a brim. Nothing fancy. I think I probably lost it near the entrance elevator. It was getting a bit hot, so I took it off and had a quick nap. It's really important to me, so your help would...
Don't worry, we'll be back in no time. Paimon doesn't see anything here. Let's go somewhere else. Just where is that thing? Oh, this is taking longer than Paimon. Nothing in the water either. Paimon thought it might have gotten... Oh, we've looked everywhere and still not seen anything that looks like a hat. Huh, that's a good idea. Why don't we check out the rag and bone shop? If memory serves, they got all kinds of stuff in there. Huh? How did you know what Paimon was thinking? Oh, this is bad. Nothing gets past you nowadays. Well, either way, let's go check it out first. Remember you being the boss.
Well, I'm just standing in for Mr. Alvar while he's off restocking the shop. Now, just wait a sec. A blonde foreigner, dressed all in white, accompanied by a glazed cup. Oh, you must be the legendary traveler and their companion.
No. Well, you're half right. Paimon's the traveler's treasured companion.
Sorry, I never thought I'd get the chance to see you with my own eyes, so got a bit ahead of myself. I hope you find it in your magnanimous hearts to forgive my discourtesy.
There's no need to put yourself down like that. Paimon's just venting.
Why, your heroic actions at Aeneas have long made their way to the Fortress of We heard that you were personally received by His Grace when you made your way down here, you know. And you're one of His Grace's favorite people, so of course, everyone wants to be introduced to you. Well, I'd figure you'd appreciate honesty over After all, I also only joined up here because I'd heard Mr. Alvar was a... And though I've only caught scant sight of His Grace since then. I mean, we've all got agendas, but rather than trying to force something to be true...
Oh, so now you're trying to kiss up to us.
Well, I did mean it when I called you legends, and it is indeed an honor to meet them. Oh, enough of that. Is there something you're looking for? No problem. Anything else? Hey, feel free to check out anything you want. The credit coupon costs...
Wait, but that's,
Well, it's not like I'm getting paid to watch this shop. Instead of more coupons, life's been pretty good recently, so I might as well just waive your bill. Never...
All right. Paimon will take a look.
Are you sure you don't want more? These opportunities...
It's all right. Two will do. It just doesn't feel the same if the owner's offering everything to you for free. But anyway, we don't need to get into that right now. We can discuss Paimonology later. Thank you so much. We'll be off then.
No problem, and thank you for your patronage. I'd appreciate it if you could put in a nice word for...
That's a real sneaky way of getting good reviews. We've been gone a while. Paimon hopes that guy in the box hasn't passed out from lack of air. You can come out now. We found your
You did? Oh, Archon, you just saved my life. Just one sec.
Wait, so you're not actually bald? You've got...
I mean, I told you that there had been a misunderstanding. Wait, this isn't my hat.
Well, we got you a new one. We tried really hard to look for your hat, but no...
Ah, I see! Thank you so much. I'm really grateful.
Does it have some kind of sentimental value?
But, sorry, I can't explain at the moment. Time's tight as well, so...
If you're looking for a hat, I just picked one up over here. Is it yours?
Your Grace!
Oh, hey, Wriothesley! It's been a while.
Well, it's a slow day today, so I decided to go for a little stroll. Even if your workspace isn't cramped, it's still good to get some air. I'll say I'm not at all surprised to find the two of you here. You never could turn down some...
It's what good adventurers do, after all.
Is that so? Maybe I should consider asking the Adventurers Guild. As I recall, these hats are very important to members of the... You might not have the same luck next time.
Understood. Thank you so much. Then I'll be off.
What a strange guy. What? Oh, and has he done something wrong? When he saw you, it was as if he'd seen a ghost.
Oh, not at all. In fact, members of the Beret Society are model prisoners. They work hard and never get into trouble. They've saved me a lot of work, in fact. As for him, I'd guess he's just more of an introvert.
Huh? Shy?
Prisoners are still people, after all. There are as many crimes and motives as there are stars. The idea of the criminal as a selfish, heartless brute is just a stereotype. What kind of a person a prisoner may be and why they've committed a crime, we'd never...
Huh. You've got a point. Anyway, it's all good as long as it makes sense.
Although most of the societies here will just turn individual brawls into mass ones. The Beret Society does appear to be an exception, and it's instead trying to experiment with some... If you have some time, why don't we grab something at the Coupon Cafeteria? It'll give us time to... And if you're still interested in the Berets after that, I can take you to their usual
Paimon's not the biggest fan of that cafeteria, but if we're gonna catch up...
All right then, please follow me.
Welcome, Your Grace, and the Traveler. Would you like 3 orders of today's welfare meal? Unfortunately, we weren't informed of your visit in advance, so we didn't prepare any super deluxe welfare meals today.
I'll pass on the food, then. What about you?
Then Paimon will also pass. Paimon will save her some...
What a pity. It would seem that none of us can properly appreciate your skill.
Then I must beg Your Grace to find me some more ingredients, so I can... If you're not in the mood to eat, I can get you some drinks. We just got some great shipments in...
Yes, please? Huh. Paimon didn't know you could get non...
It's not for everyone. Think of it as a...
Oh, now that's what Paimon likes to hear. In that case, 2 bottles of the drink for Paimon.
2 bottles coming right up.
Our first meeting took place on short notice, and we were both swamped by everything that happened after, so there was no time for more casual chit-chat. I'm actually quite fond of stories, you know. Of course, the others have already told me a lot about your deeds in Fontaine, but...
Whoa. That'd be quite the long story.
That's a bit too humble for you. Even the most unintentional action can catalyze new developments, and
Paimon gets the sense that you're trying to... That guy we talked to earlier was obviously trying to get us to put in a good word for him, but you're the Duke, right?
Well, after all, you did help the fortress and I maintain our autonomy. Is it so strange that I would want to give a few words of praise out of genuine admiration? So this is a matter of trust. Which is unfortunate, since I don't have nearly as interesting of a... I was convicted and sent here at an early age. I only became the top dog after spending a long time figuring out its inner work. Power and control come in many forms. Some fair and ethical, others less so. And since we're all sinners here, so what do you think? Didn't put you much more at ease, now did it?
Kinda. You're really different from...
I'm perfectly aware of that too, but even so, that doesn't make me think I would very much like to maintain friendly relations with you two.
Your Grace, after following your instructions, we were able to find a box of undeclared contraband in the lake. They were extremely well hidden, and we've confirmed that the senders have been using this method to smuggle goods for a while.
Got it. Leave the box here and contact me immediately if you make any progress.
Yes, Your Grace.
Sorry, I'd almost completely forgotten about this.
She mentioned something about contraband.
Not necessarily. The term is just applied to things people want to bring in on the sly. Many people here are experts at pulling rabbits out of the most ordinary hats. So we have to Now, what do we have here? It's...
Whoa, this is certainly a box of curiosities. Mora, snacks, yarn. Wait, if you've confiscated this entire box, then does that...
Yep. We can't just send them back up now.
What? But that's just insane profit! Traveler, why don't you become a duke as well?
It's only been a couple minutes since we agreed to continue friendly relations with each other. Jokes aside, I didn't know you'd be so interested in this box. How about this then? You can pick anything you want from...
Really? You'll let Paimon pick anything? No takebacks. Paimon will have you know that she's got a real good eye for treasure.
I never joke about things like this.
Alright, Paimon's gonna have a look. Paimon wants... this one. This dark, sparkly gem. Actually, never mind. Paimon doesn't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon pick something else instead? There's something weird about this gem. Paimon remembered a lot of bad things. Paimon couldn't even tune them out. It's as if the gem was just drawing them out of...
Is that so? Let me give it a try. Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks. Are you sure? I wouldn't exactly call it fun. Fair enough. Go ahead. I don't think...
Are you okay, Traveler? You also saw something, right?
I'll take this gem then and run a thorough investigation on its properties. Paimon, feel free to pick...
Then... actually, never mind. Paimon's gonna pass. Paimon was thinking about one of the snacks, but who knows if it'll also make Paimon sick.
You do have a point. In that case, we should destroy the entire box and all of its contents. Seems like we're almost done with our drinks, too. Let's go check out the Society's gathering place, then. I can introduce you, and we can also continue our conversation while we're at it.
Wait, are you this free every day?
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy the first time we met either.
Wherever the tide takes me, so long as the light of the hearth still shines, I'll always have a home to return to. want to spend some time at the bottom of the sea, in peace and total silence.
We are honored by your visit, Your Grace. All of us at the Society have been waiting for your arrival. Are these your two guests?
Let me introduce you to them. Traveler, this is Dugier, the head of the... Members can find all sorts of drinks and snacks here, as well as a large variety of books. Every once in a while, the Society will also host activities and seminars.
You flatter me, Your Grace. All we did was set up an organization in the same way as you would in the world above. It's so easy to feel lonely and helpless when you arrive here for the first time. I remember that feeling all too well. None of us knew anything about this place then, after all. But that's when the thought came to me. If we could help everyone turn over a new leaf, they would no longer have to lead such gloomy existences. Thus, it was with your help that I founded the Beret Society.
Oh, so you were also involved with this, Wriothesley?
My part in this was minimal. All I did was follow procedure and rubber stamp the application. I'm sure you have a very good sense of what this place is about by now. As you know, not everyone takes their sentence seriously. For some, this is just another place where they can... But the Society is a great place for those who wish to turn things around.
Exactly right. Here, we keep an eye on each other and remind each other of our goals. Everyone can focus on rehabilitating our mental states and even make many new friends. Our operations are entirely funded by members' donated goods and credit.
Who knew you could find such a place in the Fortress of Mirapede?
There's nothing deep about it. I just felt like if our members felt joy and pride from being a part of this group, then the hats would become a point of pride. And when we're together, we will feel a sense of community from seeing everyone's hats. Optimism, community, hard work, and a desire for a new life. I hope this hat will show everyone everything we have been working towards.
In other words, That hat has come to represent something like a model citizen, which also helps them recruit new members.
Once again, you are exactly right, Your Grace. That's a part of our goal as well. Let's take a little old seat over here. There's no need for us to stand. I'll ask the members to get us some drinks. Please, wait here just one moment. Feel free to look around, too, if you want to learn more about us.
Oh, right. What happened to your slow day, right?
Huh. Seems like I shouldn't underestimate an adventurer's keen sense of observation. Kidding, of course. We're just discussing some small matters. We've also already gone over the organization's vision. Instead of listening to me try to explain some more, maybe it'd be better if...
Why does Paimon feel like he didn't answer the question at all? Yeah, they're supposed to be like the model prisoners, right? Hey, what are you doing over here?
Oh, hello. You are guests of the Duke, are you not? We've got some classics, as well as a few books that the members Yeah, most of them are writing diaries or autobiographies on their time in the organization. Some quit drinking. Some learned to tailor. Some became real good at calligraphy. We find it kind of funny. You see, had we managed to stay above ground, none of us...
It's because you all have a lot more free time.
Not only that, but we've also now got the mental space to think about taking on new things. With how the Duke and Mr. Dugier have organized our lives down here, though. All we need to do is, you never know what you may be good at until you give it a And while you're here, no matter what you do, you won't get judged for it. After all, there's no need to conform to societal
So this is something like a safe...
Yeah, that's exactly right. After all, not everyone is good at fighting, or have the physical strength to do hard labor. And that's it. I just finished organizing this shelf as well, so feel free to check it out if you want.
Don't worry, we will.
Welcome to our gathering place. Is there any...
Oh, it's okay. We're just taking a look around.
Well, that's not a bad comparison. It is my job to explain our amenities and benefits to our... I'm sure Mr. Dugier has already explained some of it, but allow me to fill you in some more. Besides this space, which our members use to rest and relax, we also have an entertainment room, a fitness room, and a self-study room. These rooms are open to all of our members. We want everyone to be able to use their free time to the fullest.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you have a restaurant too? If you did, you also wouldn't have to...
Unfortunately, we don't. For matters like that, we still have to rely on His Grace. We started a collaboration with the cafeteria a while back, though, so they'll let us borrow their kitchen.
Yeah, Paimon can definitely see how it'd be easier to live your life if you had all this support.
Yep, and that's exactly why Mr. Dugier founded the Society. We all think we made the correct choice to join him.
Wherever the tide takes me, so long as the light of the...
Hey, you there, newbie!
Hello? Are you talking to Paimon?
Yep, I'm talking to you. Now, why don't you follow my lead and take a deep breath before letting everything out like this? Ha! That's how I pump myself up every day. A lot of my friends have found it super useful too. With one shout, you can release all the fatigue, resentment, and unpleasantness from your lungs and return to the... Why don't you also give it a try, huh? I promise that it'll work.
Paimon's gonna pass.
Feeling shy? That's all right. As long as you remember this trick, it'll come in handy. Just remember to take a deep breath and let it all out if you find yourself at your wit's end.
Alright, we've talked to everybody. It sure sounds like they're all pretty happy. That would explain why Wriothesley only had good things to say about this place. Huh. It looks like they're starting to wrap up their conversation as well. Let's go over to them.
Of course, Your Grace. I will attend to those matters right away.
Okay, then I don't have anything else to add. Oh, you're back. What did you think about this place? Now, note that your opinion will also affect my review of Dugier.
Oh, wait, I didn't know they were also a part of the... it's all right with me, though.
Paimon thinks it's pretty good. Don't think anyone expected you to get a society going here of all places.
So it seems that you were able to get a sense of our vision and values.
The prisoners here all have very different personalities and psychological needs. Our needs are like violent beasts. If we can't face them properly, they'll grow restless and enraged. But if we can placate them, they lose their fangs, and they can... Which is why, in my opinion, learning to reconcile with oneself...
You've hit the nail on the head, Your Grace. Before I founded the society, I had met too many people who could not... And I'm sure that a part of your support is rooted in your desire to help those people find their way.
And Paimon thought everyone was enjoying life just fine, working...
Of course, that lifestyle is more than enough for some people in the fortress. For others, though, they would just be useless distractions.
Speaking of fighting, I'm not sure if you knew this, but even His Grace sometimes...
What? You fight in the ring too? Wearing those high-tech boxing gloves of you?
Oh, I almost never need them.
Hey, isn't that the guy who lost his hat? Did you come here to relax? What's wrong? Did you forget about us already?
Are you feeling all right? You are looking a little pale.
No, I'm fine. Thank you for helping me get my hat back. I'm sorry, but I've got to go.
He's still as weird as before. Paimon's kind of used to it by now, though.
Dugier, do you know what's up with him?
I'm also not too sure about that. As far as, after all, it's my responsibility as the leader to make sure that...
We'll leave him to you, then. Where were we before we got sidetracked? Oh, right, about that. You might have thought that I was joking, but in a place like that, and when emotions run high, things often spiral out of control. That would be when I need to pull out my gloves to maintain order. Sometimes you might need more than just gloves as well. This pair of handcuffs has also come in handy quite a number of times. Oops.
Oh, isn't that awful gem? You're still carrying it with you?
Yeah, I kept it on me because of its special qualities. It won't affect me as long as I...
Go on, you guys. Pick up the item for His Grace, would you?
Yes, right away.
That gem shines with quite the dazzling light. I hope it hasn't been damaged.
It still looks good to me. Say, Dugier, have you ever seen a gem like this?
Never, Your Grace. Don't think I've ever been rich enough to afford them.
I guess that's fair. We've already gone over most of the things that I wanted to talk about, so let's wrap up for the day. The Traveler also has some other plans.
Got it, Your Grace. Take care, everyone. I'll take you to the exit. Traveler, Paimon, it was an honor. I'm sure everyone would love it if you were to visit again.
And same to you.
Paimon doesn't think we made any plans for the rest of the day. What?
Well, what's your opinion of the society now that you've taken a look around their headquarters?
Paimon thinks it's pretty chill. Weren't you compliment? Paimon doesn't remember exactly what you said, but wasn't it some... There's only one potential problem. If the society...
That is certainly a possibility. But at this point in time, they're still reducing my workload by managing and rehabilitating prisoners in my... I wanted to see just how much they've managed to accomplish, and also get a sense of duty. I arranged for a meeting out of curiosity, but then I noticed some faint hints of dissonance.
Dissonance?
I'm sure the Traveler has sensed it too. As expected, you also picked up on it. The whole truth is a bit complicated, so I'll explain everything to you later. I can tell you right now, though, that I had hoped to take care of it in secret, but now a confrontation may no longer be avoidable.
You've completely lost my mind.
Why don't you take this opportunity to check back on the gathering place? Just tell them you left something of yours there by accident. If my hypothesis is correct, Dugier should already have left. And with his watchful eye removed, you may well get a very different reception from the members.
Can't you just tell us exactly what to expect?
I'm just following the most popular playbook in Fontaine. Investigate, obtain evidence, and then use the truth to render judgment. It's been so long since I got to watch a performance at Opera Epiclese that I've even begun to miss it. I'll explain everything to you later, but right now we need to seize this opportunity. Find out what you can from them now while they're all in one place.
It's just as Wriothesley said. Seems like Dugier is no... You said you felt there was something off about this place, right? Paimon will do her best to help.
Wait, you guys are...
We're really sorry. We just realized that we lost something, and we figured we...
Oh, okay.
Nobody? It's okay. There's no need to be nervous. We'll just look for it ourselves if none of you caught a glimpse of it.
I'll go find Mr. Dugier.
No need. We're just looking for something. Why does he have... We can look around for it, yeah? Are you still organizing the bookshelves?
Yeah, and...
We weren't thinking about that to begin with, but weren't you super friendly just a...
Sorry.
Hey, hello?
Hello? How can I help you? The Beret Society offers a variety of resources and benefits to its members.
You don't know any?
Sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just...
Hey, big guy.
What do you want?
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier? Take a deep breath.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You sure are a fast learner. I ate something earlier, so you're looking for something, you said? I didn't...
Okay, Paimon sees what you meant now. Seems like they really don't want to talk to us, so let's just head back.
Oh, you're back. How are things at their headquarters?
It was as if they had all turned into completely different people.
That would prove my suspicions. The dissonance I mentioned earlier was precisely that fleeting moment of fear behind the cheerful facade.
Right. He was acting super scared too when we saw him. Actually, hasn't he just been acting super paranoid since...
And that's precisely why I took his hat.
Oh, so the one who started it all was... It was you all along!
It's because I wanted to figure out what's really going on. I don't believe any of Dugier's talk about unstable mental states. Not too long. Dugier made very elaborate preparations for my visit. But I don't know. It almost feels like the performance was too elaborate.
Okay, but if you think something's wrong, why don't you just take the host? Aren't you the Duke? You can do whatever you want in this place.
Well, maybe you're actually a better fit for the position than I am. Just give me the word and I'll hand you the cuffs. In all seriousness, however, cuffs and the like should be used sparingly. They're mostly for show. Everything I do is on display. The way people see me act determines the kind of world I can create down here. And I've always striven to appear fair and reasonable to the people.
That sounds a bit deep. Paimon's not sure she got all of it.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I have to lead by example if I want to make... And that's why even though Dugier had already let a few things slip, I didn't want to turn on him without irrefutable evidence.
Alright, so you're saying Dugier has figured out some way to control the members of his... And even though the members are acting all optimistic and motivated, it's all just a show.
Indeed. He certainly seems to be using some coercive methods to turn his I have some faith, though, that some of the members understood the line has been set, and it's quite likely that a fish will bite.
Fish?
Let's give them some time. My guards won't need it to finish their investigation. You can find me in my office when the time comes.
Hey! Don't just leave before you've explained everything to Paimon! It's finally evening. Wriothesley's probably wrapped up his investigation. Paimon has no idea what that guy's thinking. Let's just go find him and ask him what he's really up to.
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky pull on the welfare meals tonight?
Let's just get straight to the point. Has anything else happened with the society?
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense of what we learned so far and go over any sticking points. I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something amiss. Namely, why didn't anyone come to me about it?
Oh, that's a good point. Could whatever they're afraid of be...
But even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without checking with me first? It'd be one thing if it was just one or two people, but which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them. Yes, something like that. Dugier must have told them something to make them think I won't take their side, so it became imperative for me to refute that and prove my true stance. Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you identified the guy who'd lost his hat with There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
That makes sense. Wait, then does that mean it was all...
The last thing that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out that he'd lost it. He would have never brought the matter up on his own. But now, not only has Dugier found out that he'd lost his hat, he's also that likely set his internal alarms off all at once. Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. It's the only thing that could explain the fear. If we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth, and we'd be back to square one. So after giving the matter some thought, I tossed that black gem onto the ground. I must say, I was pretty satisfied.
Ah, so you did that on purpose?
Yes, that's right. Of course, that box was discovered as part of our investigation of the society. I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem before, but since I had to do something, I decided to gamble. Right. And I said back there that I had no idea what the gem represented. That should have been enough to let people know, and since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye to evil and injustice, they would also understand that we're here to help, rather than to tolerate or uphold the—
You used us as a part of your plan too!
My apologies. There was no time and quite a lot to explain, so I figured it might be easier to just let you see. But I can assure you that I've now told you everything there is. Of course, you're under no obligation, but I would really appreciate it if you could continue to lend me your support and help me. Would you be willing to lend me your support?
But Paimon's still mad at you!
You have my thanks. Now, there are still two outstanding matters in our investigation. The first is the I've examined one before. There was nothing suspicious about the item. The other is the true purpose of the black gem. We haven't been able to get anything out of it. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my bait and venture. I'll put some music on while we wait.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but may I come in? I'm afraid that someone's been following me.
Please, do.
I apologize for my lack of composure. These two are the guests that— Yes, my lover Fasol told me all about you.
Slow down, take a deep breath, and start from the top.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try. I think I should start from when you saw Fasol last.
You mean when we saw him at the gathering place?
Yes, he fled immediately, but many members are hot on his heels. Thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain everything that had happened. Now that he's lost Dugier's trust, what awaits him is agonizing censure.
Censure?
Censure is Dugier's method of establishing control, as well as the thing we all fear the most. Rather than listening to me explain what it is, Your Grace, every secret may be found within—
Here you are. I was wondering where you had run off to in such a hurry. Please excuse us, Your Grace. It was never our intention to disturb you like this. You see, Avisa's mental state has been— She rambles often, has hallucinations. It may be best to dismiss her babbling.
I don't recall hearing a knock or giving permission for you to come in.
Oh, my apologies. I merely did not wish for Your Grace to be alarmed. Had I not been so focused on recovering her—
Like we'd believe you.
Please, there's no need to be upset. It's only natural to want to side with the poor sick girl, but I know His Grace to be a reasonable man.
Well then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just so you know, we've also found the missing Mr. Fasol. Thankfully, he has already returned to his senses. We've brought him back to our place, so there's no need to worry.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I don't have anything more to say.
This is what you're afraid of, correct? You can tell me everything. I'll do all I can for you.
I've never seen that thing in my life.
Your Grace, I don't think there's anything else she would like to say. Pressuring her will not get you...
It's all right, Avis. As long as you tell me what it is that you're terrified of, no matter what it is, it will no longer be able to hurt you.
Your Grace, forget it. I'll keep my mouth shut. I've already said everything I could say about...
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but I really don't have anything more to say.
But why?
In that case, Avis and I will be off. Once again, please accept my apologies for this...
Miss Avis, please show me your head. That is an order. There's nothing there.
Your Grace, I know you have long tired of my words, but please believe me when I say the Society has never caused trouble for you or any of the guards at the fortress. We've spent all of... Why are you doing everything in your power to prove our guilt? I'll do anything for you, as long as you give me the word. Why are you so intent?
Your words bore me. You know the consequences if I find you to be lying.
Everything that I do for the Fortress of Meripede. But Your Grace is well... All right, Avis. Let's head back.
Just what's up with that guy? We should have shown him his play.
Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance. He must have been well prepared for this exact scenario, or he wouldn't have dared to be so openly hostile. All the more reason for us to be patient. The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken into custody, and that's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me. The true secret of the society is neither on the hat nor on the member's head. Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning, which is why he didn't panic. However, if we were to look at the rules, it would also seem like the head...
Yeah, none of this makes sense to Paimon either.
The hats are definitely being used to hide a secret, but there's nothing wrong with the hats themselves. But if there's nothing on her head, why did Avis feel the need to remove her hat? From the way Dugier acted, he must have known from the beginning.
I have an idea, but...
Huh? What is it? Tell Paimon about it!
You mean this thing? So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier noticing. That would mean that Avis didn't stay silent out of fear. Let me take a look. I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long, slender, and conical. It's hollow on the...
Paimon's last...
Let's see.
Hey, what are you doing? Wait. Some kind of dark liquid is and some of it has been absorbed by this thorny-looking thing.
You've probably heard before that water is filled with the strongest emotions of humanity. With that in mind, this liquid is probably a...
Oh, so that's why even touching it will make you remember unpleasant...
Dugier would be able to censure others. I can only imagine how it would feel to have this directly... The moment it hits you would be like being flooded with all the terrors you've ever... Agony, desolation, and an overwhelming sense of despair.
So, Was the hat meant to cover up?
That might not even be all. We can't let Dugier escape with all of the evidence.
Going under!
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody. They all tried to flee just a little while ago, as if they had received some kind of order. We decided to forestall their plan, and were just about to send the word when you unexpectedly arrived.
Great work, everyone.
You had prepared for something like this all along.
I had them stay here to keep an eye on things. Perform a thorough search of the Society's headquarters and bring all the members to me.
Understood, Your Grace.
Now, let's check on them. As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted into a wound on their head.
Ooh! Paimon's glad her eyesight isn't so good that she can see it from here. Paimon's gonna float away for a bit.
They probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dugier's censure. These people must have had to endure an unimaginable... Let's go check out the other areas, too.
Hey, come here! Have a look at this. This is a book that Paimon found in a box next to the bookshelf. The colors of the covers are completely different, though, and the names of the authors also don't match up. Yeah! And they dared to claim that they wrote the...
Look at what I found. This is a surveillance port. With this, Dugier would be able to remotely monitor everything that... So even if Dugier's not there in person, he'll still always have eyes on the members. Indeed. It's easy to become lost and confused, and if any action you take may be deemed a mistake, and perhaps it's better to do less. Dugier has already tamed them to his will.
Your Grace, Your Grace!
What's the matter?
We couldn't find any Society members in the other areas. It also seems like none of the equipment in those rooms were ever used. All the signs of wear and tear, the lime scale, the layers of dust. We also investigated the members' residences and weren't able to find anything. Their neighbors all say that they...
Oh.
They're gone? That could only mean...
Indeed. As long as he allowed Society members to mingle with others, even with threats of censure. Meanwhile, this marvelous gathering place will lose all of its value as soon as a whistle... So instead of being his real base, this is just an elaborate performance. The rest area is the fancier, and only the most docile and well-trained members were selected as his
But then, where can we actually...
Let me think. Dugier must be holding all the rest of his members in another place. And if the overseer of my fortress guard is never alert, he must be in Dugier's pocket. I'm of the same mind. That's the most likely scenario to me. He's probably already caught wind of Dugier's declaration. Let's keep heading down. There are some abandoned areas in there. Since he needs space, we should be on the right track. Now we just need to find that turncoat. Let's go. We can take this path. You guys take the other.
Look! There's a fallen guard over there! Paimon sees some society members too!
After them!
It's rising! Run!
Did Dugier send you? Why did you attack that guard?
Come on! It's time to talk!
I will take your cooperation into consideration when it comes time to handle.
But Mr. Dugier, he didn't want this guy to expose. We were just about to dispose of him when you.
So, in other words, your headquarters should be this way.
Yes, it's just down this way. You'll make it there once you've seen him.
Guards, take them away. Let's go. It's about time that we find out what
There's so much space down here!
Yeah, these are all former work areas. There are usually guards on patrol here. Stay sharp. He's got a ton of surprise.
Settle down!
The Temple of Wisdom! Jumpy Dumpty Go!
Hey! Don't run away now. Get in gear! Frost is coming!
Blazing delight!
Bow your head. Tear! A moment, please. This could get a little chilly. The tides beckon.
Make yourselves at home. Da da da. Boing boing boom. Phew.
Commencing cleanup! Frost is coming!
Boing boing boom.
Stay cool and face your guilt!
Hey, are you okay?
You're safe now. Just follow the guards and leave this place.
Who knew that there'd be Gardamex here? Dougie really prepared for
And that would explain the strange decommission requests I received, as well as account for all the Gardamex that it seems like he's prepared for an all-out confrontation.
Hey, what's this?
Seems like some kind of handbook. Ah, this should be the Society's real rules. Members are not permitted to speak to each. 5 members shall form a group, and the whole group will be punished for any single member. Anyone who reports a fellow member's misbehavior shall be rewarded with food and water. I see.
But that's just cruel.
To obtain food and water, prisoners are forced to snitch on others. To avoid punishment, they learn to stop talking with one another. This leaves the wounds they've already received to fester, however. Finally, isolated and without hope, they accept their fate. Do you remember what happened to Paimon? She rejected all the snacks in the box once she was spooked by that. She's usually all for tasty snacks, but she chose to go against her instincts after a...
Ugh, is that the best example you could come up with? Anyway, Paimon's still...
No, your decision was valid. However, it's also valid to interpret that as a decision that you only made on... The human heart is like a raft in a vast and empty ocean. We convince ourselves that we're in control, but in truth, a single wave could sweep. Those who use fear to lead others astray must pay for that crime. If I'm not mistaken, the space ahead should be the central area of this place. Rather than confront Dougie, I think it's more important right now for us to rescue as many Society members as possible. You guys should wait here. We'll try to open the door and check out some other...
Open the door. Would we have to do something to this mechanism here? Forget it. Paimon's just gonna do some trial and error. Whoa! It's turning! Is it because we touched this thing? Look! The other side's open! Let's go!
Let's begin. Silence!
The Temple of Wisdom. This may hurt a little. Jumpy Dumpty Go! Pew!
Get in gear! Let the mighty be humbled!
Jumpy Dumpty Go!
Peck! A moment, please.
Share my knowledge. Blow them all up. Boing, boing, boom!
Settle down! Have a safe trip!
It's so high. We're not gonna have to climb all the way up, are we?
Activate the mechanism in front of us first, just like before. Let's see if that changes anything.
Ooh, the water level's gone way up. So that's how we'll make it to the top.
Bow your head.
Grow, grow, grow. Jumpy Dumpty Go!
Frost is coming!
These should be the prison cells. Lots of empty cells in here. Dugier's probably...
Let's still rescue the ones who got left behind, though. Every person counts. Hey, it's all right now.
No, I won't try to leave anymore. I'll never try to leave again. So close to me. I don't want any trouble.
No, we're not gonna do that. Please calm down, we're not...
We won't be able to get through to her right now. Not with the stress response. I'd also guess there are many others here who are more or less like her. Let's let the guards take care of them.
All right.
door's open. Huh. Maybe it's His Grace. I'll go take a look.
I leave this area to you. Make sure to bring everyone out.
Understood. And please take care as well, Your Grace. We'll return here.
Just focus on the tasks you've been given. I already have. Let's go back. That mechanism from the first room. Maybe we'll also need to hold it in place using the same device. Don't forget to bring these along.
I must confess to being furious. To think that there are still some of you remember their names. Fasal and Avi, and today you will see with your own eyes what'll happen to those who betray our cause. Go on, Avis. Pierce his skull with the thorn in your hands, and then push in the Aqua Dolor. Of course, you will do it one drop at a time. Let it do its magic again, and don't stop until...
That's all. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll find a way to...
Oh, shut your wretched mouths! My rules are the paramount law of this place. Only more pain will come to those who dare to disobey.
That's enough, Dugier. Your rabid screams have been beyond nauseating.
Is that His Grace?
Ah, Wriothesley. I knew you would come, but I didn't expect you to be. Must you still refuse to let me be? Did I not spell everything out for you already? What's so blasphemous about sharing a slice of the cake with me?
It would seem that you can't see the difference between sharing and looting. And on top of that, look at your people. Are they not starving as you?
Stop acting all high and mighty. Have you forgotten? Nobody in this blasted fortress is innocent. We are all irredeemable monsters. What's so wrong about punishing those who deserve to be punished? And please, are you really gonna tell me that you care about their lives and well-being when you just need a supply of labor to keep this place running?
Sadly, you're wrong on both counts. Unlike you, I've never seen them as currency. The fortress is not only a place for confinement, but also a place for rebirth. Just as people are free to give in to the darkness within their hearts, they are also free to seek redemption and a new... They may have made mistakes, but they are still human beings with people and things that they cherish. And most importantly, they should always retain the freedom to choose their own path once they've But you're destroying their spirits with fear, taking their freedom away so that they'll become slaves who will never again feel or think. And you say that's what they've always deserved? You are nothing compared.
He's really mad.
You think me arrogant, Wriothesley. Well, I think you're too young. Nobody actually sees this fortress as any kind of just a wonderful place. See it for what it is. No prisoner will listen to you out of gratitude of their hearts. The whip! Had you been just one step slower, I would have already taken control of all the garden mechs. Your vision gives you strength. But how long will it hold against these powerful constructs?
You talk big, but in the end, you know nothing outside of power and control. In that case, let me give you a small taste of what real power looks.
Get in gear!
Boing, boing, boom! Woo! This might hurt a little.
Settle down!
Away now. This could get a little chilly.
Silence!
Jumpy Dumpty Go! Woo!
Frost is coming! Pair!
A moment, please.
Make yourselves at home! Sparks and flash! La la la! Boing, boing, boing!
Going under! Frost is coming! Pair!
Away now.
Have a safe trip!
Be sanctified.
Jumpy Dumpty Go! Pew!
If you think fear can control everything, well then, terrify me.
Don't high road me. You're just another crook. And it's time you got treated like one.
What's the matter? Too scared to shoot straight?
I'm warning you. Unauthorized punishment and torture are prohibited here. As the Duke, you should set an example.
Funny how that slipped my mind. Well, from this point on, you can forget about that rule. The rules of the fortress are there to keep the likes of you in check. But if the Duke wants somebody dead, he needs no justification. Understood? Sorry for taking so long. Did I keep you waiting?
No, not at all. Paimon didn't know you were so considerate.
If you ask me, I'd say I actually feel very helpless. I could comfort and compensate them all I want, but it might still not be enough to repair that. I have to take responsibility for it, as does the fortress. Even I wouldn't be able to find humor in a situation like this.
So, do you have a plan for how you're gonna...
Oh, Dugier? I've already got an idea. For now, I think I'll do nothing.
Huh? Why?
I think it's a very fitting punishment for him to have to imagine the sorts of punishments that he'll be left in the dark with regards to both the dates and the detail. Of course, that's not to say that I'll be letting him off scot-free. It's not often that I actually get the chance to be... I'm going to talk to the members of the society. He'll get a chance to experience everything that he's ever inflicted on them.
Paimon didn't know you could also be so harsh. Looks like she should watch her tongue when she's around you in the future.
Why do you think I'd do that kind of thing to you? You offend me, Pot. Anyway, jokes aside, thank you so much for all of your help. How about this? I'll treat you to a meal in 2 days at the Coupon Cafeteria. We should have a better handle.
No, Paimon's had enough of that place.
Don't worry, it won't be the same old welfare meal. I'll make the necessary arrangements.
Oh, then you've got yourself a deal.
Frost is coming! Ha! Get in gear!
Ah, you're here.
Paimon never forgets about meals, even if the traveler forgets. That's not what Paimon meant at all. Rise.
I'm a little confused, actually.
Hey, not you too.
Jokes aside, I've got some good news. After taking a look, the doctors have let me know that, which means that everyone should be able to recover after a period. As for their mental recoveries, most are making good progress as well. We've added a few who were more.
You sure got everything taken care of, Wriothesley.
I try my best. After all, it's my duty to take care of everything that happens within my territory. Please, go ahead. That's a bit of a long story. I once had a similar experience. It had to do with the host family I lived with as a child. I was an orphan, adopted by a couple with a great deal of love in their hearts. I had many siblings, and we all adored each other. Once we were older, Mom and Dad would turn us over to be individually adopted by families of greater means, and go on to adopt more young children. They were perfect parents. Or so I thought.
And then?
And then, I found out we were merely raised as livestock. All children that were sold would leave the house, and nobody would know what became of them. As for those who didn't sell, they were merely disposed of. Did you know I once considered myself an extremely lucky child? And I was also not the first to find out about the truth. All those who found out before me were simply added to the disposal pile. I could never shake the feeling of irony every time I juxtaposed their tragic ends against our parents' adoring smiles. Yes, like the society, my parents created a facade of joy, lied to satiate their desires. They did all of that, but never considered how their actions would utterly ruin all the children they took under. But I did. So in the end, I killed them and set all of the remaining children free. I was convicted for my crimes and exiled to the fortress of Meripede. My methods were extreme, yes. But I was still a teenager at the time. I'd been betrayed by those I trusted most, and I didn't think that more moderate ways would solve the problem. My doubt and helpless anger pushed me forward until I got what I deserved. It's all right. You don't have to tell me what you think. I've already committed to this path, regardless of what the least I can do is to make sure that the same tragedy will not happen again in my—
Sorry to disturb you, everyone.
Oh, it's a vis Oh,
It was all because you arrived in time.
We came here on impulse today, because we were hoping that you'd be able to lend us a hand.
Please, go on right ahead.
It's... I'd like to be...
You're getting married?
Yeah, we met each other through the society and both fell into Dugier. But even during our time there, we never doubted each other. We always believed that Dugier, and after this incident, we've come to believe that we've...
You could say we managed to make the best out of a bad situation, but we're still both prisoners. And we also aren't sure so we are just wondering, is our request to...
You're right in that the fortress has never hosted a but that's no reason to say no, is it? I'll help you make the arrangements. If you need anything special shipped in from the surface...
We can't thank you enough, Your Grace. We are actually also planning to stay here after the conclusion of our sentences.
Yeah, we've already made tons of special memories here. And we have full confidence in the fortress's future with you at the helm.
Your trust is the highest form of praise.
Hey, loosen up a bit. Shouldn't you be the happiest man in Tevat to hear that people would
Yeah. I'll always take a genuine expression of faith.